Everybody, here is my homemade biscuit recipe. In this bowl I have got 2 cups of flour. We are going to add a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of sugar, a half teaspoon baking soda, and 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Add that, give this a little bit of a mixy mix. On the side we've got 3/4 cup of buttermilk, and then I've got 1 stick of butter that I'm just going to hurry up and grate through here. This is super cold, just out of the fridge. We're just going to grate this slightly, get about half of it grated, and then we're going to kind of toss this in. This will give you your nice flaky butter biscuits that we're all looking for. So as soon as this gets grated up, we are going to add now I'm setting a little bit, I'm going to set about a tablespoon aside that we're going to brush the top of. So as you can see now, I've just got this grated and we've got nice little curls here. I'm probably going to get into it with my hands and fingers here a little bit. Then we're going to add our 3/4 cup of buttermilk. You can substitute sour cream if you want. Just slightly bring this together, and then we're going to flip it out here on the counter, and we're going to do a tri-fold method. And as you tri-fold this in, that will create the layers. Everybody, not only are we looking for the flakiness from the butter, but we are going to look for a little bit of the layers. So we'll get this turned out on the counter, and I'll show you how to do that here. So now you've got your dough here. Just kind of mash it through and just keep folding it over as you go, and it will come together. So fold, 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 push down, fold, fold, and fold. Then you can push down and all that, and you can see how this comes together. Fold, fold, and push down. It's always good to have like a bench scraper. That way you can flip it over and work the other sides. Again, we're just creating layers here by folding several times over, push down a little bit, and then fold over. Okay, so as you see this coming together, I usually just pat it out, and again, once it starts coming together, you want this tri-fold for the flakiness. That will help you do all that. So we are going to do this a couple of ways and give this a couple more folds here and pat this out. You want it to be probably a good ½ inch, maybe not quite a ½ inch, to get your biscuits. And then we're going to butter them up. I'm going to put some on a sheet tray here, and then I'm also going to use some of the scraps. I made some meatball stew earlier, and we're just going to top that off. We're going to throw this into a 425-degree oven for about 15 minutes or until golden brown. So we'll go ahead and remember, when you're cutting these down, just cut straight down. That will help the rise of the biscuits. And we'll place these on the sheet tray here and get them buttered up. That will be a good side dish. So we'll butter these up on top, and we'll put these in the oven. And then the rest of these, I'll probably get, let's see if I can get one more here. Yeah, I can get one more here. So the rest of this, I'm just going to break up and stick in just various locations on this piece of right here. I've got my meatball stew here, so we're just going to dollop these pieces right on our meatball stew. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. These are the finishing touches of my biscuits. I normally do about 10 to 12 biscuits on my biscuit recipe here, but I'm taking 4 of them. I've buttered them up. We're going to put them in a 450-degree oven. The rest of it I just chunked up and put on some leftover stew meat or you can do some chicken noodle soup or whatever you want. We're going to toast that up and turn this into a meatball pie. So that's the base I've got is my meatballs. Like, share, and subscribe. And again, this will be baking at about 425 degrees for about 15-20 minutes. So here are the biscuits that we just done. Gonna top these off with a little bit of more melted butter just to give them a little bit more zhuzh. And go ahead and serve these up. These work really good with some sausage gravy, anything you want, just even some butter, honey, and jam. But as you can see, look, these are nice. And I don't know whether you can see all these layers that we're getting there. So like, share, subscribe, and enjoy. Thank you very much. See, here is my meatball stew that I've topped with some of my biscuits. Nice golden brown. Just take a little bit more melted butter, brush on top, make it just a little bit more umptuous, if that's a word. And then we'll serve this up just as we get in there. They're nice, fluffy, layered, and great with this stew here. So here you go. Get you a nice meatball there and some nice flaky biscuits onto a meat pie.